Sixth part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all in the key of G, by the way. This is the next sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes apart. And you can learn where these are in every key. I mean, they're right there. You just have to learn where they are. And once you know that, if you're playing in that key, you can incorporate these positions into rolls. So let me take a real simple roll. So say you want to play a whole solo and just use one repeating roll, but still make it sound interesting. You can totally do that if you know enough variation with your left hand to kind of make it, use that as a source of variation, and just have a really consistent right hand pattern. Changing up the right hand pattern every once in a while, but I would keep it going. I would keep the same thing going for a while and just sort of move around these sixths. So the first step if you want to learn how to make variations like that is to learn where these sixths are. So take the key of G. You want to be able to visualize the whole fingerboard so you know which spots have the right notes and which spots you're kind of trying to avoid or only pass through for very, very brief moments on your way to somewhere more consonant sounding. So the first step is to learn where all the sixths are. And you can sort of do that by, you can even figure it out by trial and error. I mean, this sounds good. Doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. That sounds good. That, could work if it were going on the way to this, which is clearly in the continuum. This is clearly in there. This is in there. This is not in there. That's in there. That's in there. That's in there. And once you know those, you can sort of hop around. So say I want to make a little melody out of using the sixths, and we'll sort of pluck out a melody. Say I want to play the melody on the first string, and the rest of the notes in the pattern will be kind of filler, harmonizing and keeping the roll going. But basically the melody is going to be coming from here. Say that's the melody you want to play. Sure.
Slow it down and it's great, but I know when you play it a little quicker, it gets difficult.
Alright, so I'm going to stick to sort of a similar motif and play it and sort of incorporate that as an alternate melody. This is another thing you can do. You can sort of make up melodies of your own that are sort of loosely similar to the melody of the song that you're playing, but as long as they're standalone melodies and not just sort of random series of licks, they'll work really well, especially well in a solo. That's kind of an ideal spot to be in as a soloist. You can actually make up things that are melodic, that are different from the melody of the song, but like equally strong as melodies. So I'll kind of I'll sort of roll along the melody sort of based on that, and that melody fits over the same chords as Your Love Is Like a Flower. So that's how that would be sort of incorporated into a faster break. And from the right hand perspective, that stuff is all fairly consistent. So I'm not even really thinking about the right hand very much. I'm just kind of using a repeating pattern. So I can concentrate more on the left hand, and which is the source of the melodic variation. And I could sort of do the same general sort of movements, but on different notes, like different places in this continuum of sixths for a different variation. Let's see. Pretty much the same right hand pattern, but it sounded a bit different just because I was moving my left hand into very different places. So then to summarize this particular approach to soloing, the first thing you do is you learn the integrals, you learn where they are in the neck, and then you pick a consistent roll. In this case it was a backwards, forwards roll. It goes sure it was actually only that roll. That roll, it starts with a backwards roll. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a backwards, forwards roll. You do a backward roll, 3, 2, 1, and then you go immediately back forward, using the 1 as the first note of the forward roll. Oops. And then you add in the positions that you want to use, the sixths. And if you want to practice this particular pattern, this is exactly how you start. You start with the practicing it on the open strings. Just doing every note really slow, just getting it right in there. And then you put down one of these sixths. Just practice it slowly, just get it right in there. And then once you're comfortable with that, you initiate the principle of banjo shifting, which is that whenever an open string is ringing, in this case the open fifth string, that's your opportunity to move your left hand to a new position. It sort of buys you a bit of time when you can smoothly move up, and it won't make any unwanted noise. So in this case, we're always shifting when you pluck the open fifth string. Have to shift when it's every time it's an open string, but if you do want to shift, that's your chance. So that's a great way of making melodic variations, kind of a versatile strategy. If you know where the notes are, and you've got a few rolls and you know sort of work with that.